as today at South by Southwest 2021. I really enjoy this being virtual. I'm just going to say that now. It's a little more comfortable. We get to do more things without being in person. But that way. Are you laughing at me over there?
No, I'm laughing at my hair. I don't know.
So we just watched Witch Hunt, which is a film set in modern day where witches exist, but they're outlawed in America. So there's a government task force that hunts them down and burns them and stops them from trying to cross the border into Mexico. Um, it involves a family who kind of helps smuggle witches out, and the daughter is in high school. She's got this group of mean girl friends, and like she's in this conflicting period of time, and she may or may not be developing witch powers, and then they find a new set of witches to hide that are children like her, and they start to bond, and things are happening around them in the world. And overall, I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, they played with a lot of themes here. They played with growing up in puberty. They played with persecution and prejudice. They played with nationalism. And that one that I don't think people play with enough is, where do you draw the line on guilt? Because a big factor of this movie is the states are trying to pass a proposition that not only prosecutes the witches, but their family lines and those related to them who have nothing to do with them. And we saw this the first day when we watched Executive Order. Anyone that looked like African Americans got, no matter what your lineage was, just because of something that happened a long time ago.
Not again. It wasn't anyone who looked African American. Anyone who had dark skin.
Yeah,
but yes, your point still stands. Yes,
the point still stands. So, I thought this movie was pretty well done, but I want to know what you think about it.
Well, I loved it. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but oh my God, the acting and the directing and the fucking sound design, which was all an original composition. The director of the film also was the sound designer, which blew me away. L-L-L-E-L-L-E. I don't recall the last name. I loved it. I got the message very clear. I wonder when this started being filmed, actually. Maybe within yeah. I bought everything that happened. I had a few confusing things just with the actual story. Like, I thought the witches could pass through walls, so why did they have to kind of it looked like they killed themselves at the end, like the whole Thelma and Louise. Like, I thought they could pass through walls. And so and also why was the daughter, why were they having so much trouble getting out of the burning inside of the house? Because I thought they could pass through walls like the first witch could.
I have an explanation for that.
Okay.
I wrote down in about the first third of the movie, when things started happening with the daughter, her power is to be a witch venger. She's powered by the dead witches. And that's why every time she was encountering an officer, fucking with a witch, the officer started having problems and she was having asthma attacks. So at the end, when she was having the asthma attack, she was in full force bringing the mom back to have vengeance on the guy that burned her. So, and it was just, the power was, like they were talking about the pressure when there's magic around. So the pressure was stopping her from opening the door. Yeah.
No, but right. So that explains that. But I'm saying the first witch that the mom was trying to hide, she could pass through walls. So why couldn't the two sisters pass through the wall and get out?
I don't think all of them have the same powers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because my favorite part of this film, which was brilliant in the way they staged it, was also the stupidest part of this film, was the bar scene. Because the way I don't know if you've noticed, because it's so subliminal. When they're sitting at the bar, we have the daughter on one end and the witch girl on the other. In the middle is that ram skull. And behind the daughter, the backlighting is this fractured white light that's kind of chaotic and like confused.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You cut out. You cut out.
Hello.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. So, anyways, let me go back. So the bar scene. Let me explain why I enjoyed it so much, because it was brilliantly shot. You had the daughter on this side. You had the witch girl on this side. In the middle was the ram skull, but the backlighting behind the daughter, just from the bar lighting, was this fractured white chaotic kind of light that was very steady. And behind the witch daughter was the solid color that would just kind of like alternate from time to time, representing the chaos in her and the peace in her. And whenever they would talk about something serious and magic, the music would be dead. There'd be no music. And when they stopped, the music would come back. And I thought that was so well done. But the sheer stupidity of your plot point to get caught is to put the two people who know not to go out in public and know to in public in a bar of all places.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Cannot hear you. Yep. All right. Yeah.
Was it not?
Getting caught. I heard the stupid thing of them getting caught.
In a bar.
Right.
Of all places. Kids don't belong in a bar. Was a humongously weak ass plot point to advance the story. As much as I praised the way it was filmed, that was dumb.
Right, but they were two teenage daughters, and the one girl had never been to a bar before. Oh man! Oh my God, Kumiko just got a mouthful of dog. Angsty, and actually, you know what? You're right, because the daughter of the mom hiding, having this major operation going on, hiding witches. She wasn't like this rebellious teen angsty. Like that would have been a move that a reckless teen would have done, and she was super smart. I could not believe that they were out, because wasn't it that anyone who was a redhead was a witch?
They were starting to apply that as well.
It was like that girl did not have her hair up in a cap. She was all redheaded, hair down, gleaming in the light. I was like, are y'all fucking crazy?
Yeah.
I did not understand. Like, I didn't know. And I guess and then the comedy with all the bar stools flying up, like I loved it, but I was like, that was just so stupid, but I guess it was supposed to be stupid.
No, it's just, I don't think they could think of a way to advance the plot to go to the third act. But you had a nosy neighbor. You had the overhead helicopter searching for things because they caught the guy at the beginning. You had that one agent who was a professional witch hunter following pulses, which is what he uses science to. You had the school doing the pricks on the girls to make sure they weren't witches. Like, there were so many other things you could have done, but to make them, especially when the older witch daughter knows not to go outside, she knows what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And the younger daughter, who may or may not, she's thinking these things, knows what can happen because she's been researching a paper on the internet to know everything that's going to happen if she gets caught.
Yeah, they weren't even trying to hide. I thought, and also they're underage. How did they get drinks at a bar?
Exactly.
They both look like they're 15. They are 15. I think they were freshmen in high school was their age.
So that just kind of derailed the movie for me a little bit.
Yeah.
And it is a harsh point for me to bring up, but there's other ways for you to create that triggering effect that brings into your finale and your tension. Who knows? Just who knows?
Yeah, it took me out of it a little bit too. It just didn't, like, it was way too bold and didn't make sense with the daughter's character.
Yeah, either one of their characters. Because they make a purpose of the witch daughter saying, "Oh, nobody's looking," and so I'm kind of like, okay, maybe it's a diner. But then when the whole chairs things happen, and it comes out, There's people not even 2 feet away from them that could have seen that water flying. There's people not 5 feet away at a bar being served, the bartender that would see that shit happening. Like, no possible way. No fucking possible way.
And they were reported. Somebody did call the cops on them because that's why the guy came to the mom's house. We heard there was suspicious activity at a bar. So, I mean, they did fucking get caught.
Yeah. So, other than that, it was really
I hear you. Yeah, I thought it was a really, really great film. I was confused at first, but I think you just helped me clear part of that up. Hello. Yes, all the kisses. You're my little witch dog. So the younger daughter who has witch powers, so she got her powers from witches who had been executed?
Yes, she is a witch venger. That's why she was being haunted by witches that have been dead in the past.
But remember in the very beginning, the little daughter, the mother's hand.
The orange-haired one.
Well, I mean, they're both redheads.
Yeah.
The smallest of the two sisters.
The smallest of the two sisters can shapeshift.
Shay. Yeah, she shapeshifted into one of the sons.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why one of them came out of the bathroom? Did you catch that?
Yes. I knew it was going to happen when, like, we only play with each other. She started rubbing her face. I was like, she's a shapeshifter.
So she was acting like one of the brothers so that she could play?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucked me up. And then what was the older sister's power?
Hers was
making things fly?
Yeah, not flying, but like levitation.
Okay.
And but she was still unsure about the extent of her powers.
Right.
And then the daughter is the witch venger who's powered to be the protector, basically.
Okay, but so back to my question. In the very beginning, not the very beginning, but when it was established that these two girls were going to be hiding out in the mom's home in the walls. And we see the burnt mother who puts the hand on the little girl, the little sister's body, and the little sister is screaming and screaming and screaming and freaking out.
Yeah.
So why did that happen?
I think it was the mom telling him it's going to be okay.
I mean, it didn't fucking feel that way.
Well, I also don't think they're used to seeing dead witches and ghosts. I don't think that's a normal thing in the witch society. Because the redheaded older daughter would have been telling the family daughter, this is what happens, but that's not what happens. So that's why I figured the family daughter is the chosen one, which I hate to say because I hate that trope, to protect the witches. And the whole thing with the cross everywhere, and the cross, like, she is the martyr not the martyr, but the protector of which kind.
Really?
Yeah, they really were hammering that cross Messiah aspect in pretty heavy.
Well, and here's something else. The song that the older witch daughter or sister kept singing.
Uh-huh.
I looked for this in the credits and I didn't see the song credited, but it sounds exactly like a song we used to sing every fucking Sunday in fucking church because I was raised in a strict Catholic home. And it goes like this. Oh, come, Emmanuel. Dun, 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 teams of Israel. Da, na, 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 na. La, la, na, 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 na. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come for me, O Israel. And I thought that that's what she was singing because it did. If you go back, it does start. Da na 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 na. Da na 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 na. And then it changes a bit. I was like, oh my God, that's the Catholic song, which was about the Messiah. But then it changes slightly up a little bit. By the way, I'm not saying like anyone stole the song or anything like that. I'm just saying like I really thought that was the song that they were using. So maybe there was supposed to be tones implied because I fucking know that song back. I know the tune of that song backwards and forwards. And that's the song about the Messiah. So I thought that was interesting.
That's very well another sign of the Messiah and the daughter. Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I would have made a lot of different decisions, but I was like, they put so much effort into this production value with the house and everything. The other thing that derailed me was when she had the dream when she was outside walking, following the blue flowers to the wall. You can make them look like real flowers, not some Dollar Tree fake ass plants.
Oh my God, right? Those look like they were straight up from Michael's, but like
Yeah,
thrift store Michael's.
This was Dollar Tree level shit.
It was, you're right. I could not, that stopped me too. I was like, y'all got a fucking catering. Like, this is a fucking major production. And these poor ass, yeah, those flowers were awful. I have a question. So I did understand the Thelma and Louise thing. I understood that. Did they kill themselves so that they could cross over?
No.
Can't hear you.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Sorry, my internet's being fucking weird again today. She prepped herself ahead of time. You saw her meditating before she hit.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
Cannot hear you. It's just going in and out. It's really annoying. It's not your fault, but it's really annoying.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm right here then. We'll wrap this up quickly, but she was meditating before she drove off, and I could have sworn when it did that weird pause freeze frame for the final frame, there were cracks showing in the wall. Because that wall was a strict blue cross. There was nothing else on it. And so the cars right there, I saw some cracks. So they were driving through that.
Okay. I also expected a little bit more, like the girl with the powers of the dead witches, right? The daughter of the mom. Like, the mother will never see her daughter again. It looked a little, and this is nothing on the actress. I always look to the director for this. It was a little too easy for the mother to be like, sorry, I didn't tell you. Go do what you got to do. Like, I would be like, my daughter, like, I'm like letting my 15-year-old daughter go. I would be on my knees, clinging to her and saying, I have done everything that I can. I love you more than life itself. Where was that scene? I mean, I thought it was coming because clearly the mother was upset, and I saw one tear. And again, I love that actress. I can't remember where I've seen her before. She's wonderful.
She was in the Purge movie.
Oh, I didn't see the Purge. But I'm looking at the director for this. I'm looking at the director for this because that mother will never see her flesh and blood again. She's already lost her husband. She will never see her daughter again. And to just be like, well, here's your calling. Here's some postcards I kept from you. I love you.
Yeah, it wasn't as emotional as it could have been.
No.
But you also have to remember, this woman's been preparing this her whole life for this to as eventual happening.
No, the mother admitted that she was hoping that it skipped a generation. She was kind of lying to herself.
But she was still prepared for an outcome where it could have been. And that's why, she handed over the postcards. And, when you have to force your underage kid to go do something weird and different, you can't be a blubbering mess. You have to be strong so that they go on. That's just a parenting thing. So I forgive her for that a little bit, but it really could have been a bit more emotional.
I think what you just said, I think there could have been more of a balance. I think with that fantastic fucking actress, I could have gotten more of an emotional turmoil and more of a strength. She could have done that because all you do is talk to your actor and have that shit happen internally, and it's going to come out. All I saw was strength, and I needed more emotional upheaval. I really did. I didn't need her to be a blubbering, and I'm like contradicting what I said because I think I did say on my knees blubbering. But why not both? Why can't it be like, this is the hardest fucking thing I will ever do in my life, and yet I have to do it. I have to do it, and you have to do it. I just, the writing there, totally, the writing and directing for acting failed me there.
It could have been done if they would have extended the scene and you saw the girls drive off and then she has the breakdown. Like, it could have been done like that.
Sure.
But they were like, it's not about her, it's about the kids. Let's just go. So.
Yeah, I get it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah. So that was Witch Hunt.
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. We're going to watch our first actual full-on documentary, The Oxy Kingpins, about the opioid crisis. So, I can't wait to see what you have to say about this one.
It's going to be fucked up, man. This is a really hard topic. This is a hard topic. Yeah, I know.
So join us in a few hours as we'll be back to review the Oxy